Hey, you crazy cats! 42's live streams and videos are simply not available on vinyl. You will have to go to the YouTubes for that. So if you want content about British traditions and culture, cutting edge social commentary from an unapologetically patriotic perspective, along with a side order of madness you simply will not find anywhere else, then this is the place for you. And to all those early adapters in the chat, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That's how you get the good stuff and make sure you never miss a tasty treat. So with that being said and done, squeeze yourself in. Let's get into it. You know you want to. So with that being said and done, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Please delete as applicable because the internet is worldwide and time zones are indeed a thing. Can I get a wee audio check in the chat, please? And I'm going to introduce my guest this evening, who is Pat McGuinness from the National Housing Party UK. And I'll also put your messages up on the screen to recognise you're here. I don't want to go through a whole roll call. We'll have a guest in, but we'll do that. Pat, what about you, chum?
Hello, 42. Nice to see you again. Bumped into you in Belfast on yesterday, and really nice to see you. Never met you before, and yeah, brilliant day. And John, unfortunately, is still either on the plane or just getting off the plane. But yeah, it's really exciting trip. And takes it out of you a little bit. I'm a bit tired, to be honest, because I went straight back to work today. But yeah, it was a really nice experience, and really nice meeting the community down at Newtonards Road. That was really nice with the bonfire and all that. And we went to a bonfire in Shankill Road, which was really nice and really traditional kind of community spirit there as well. And you know, our party is a unionist party. We got registered in Northern Ireland about a year ago. We've got 1 or 2 members in Northern Ireland, but it's not a massive presence we've got over there. Most of our members are in England.
As yet.
yes. But yeah, because there's a lot of unionist parties who say they're unionist, but they're not actually registered in Northern Ireland. Like Reform UK, they're not. I don't think they're registered in Northern Ireland. They've done a deal with the TUV and kind of like joined with them sort of thing. But I think if you're a real unionist party, you should be registered in Northern Ireland as well.
Yeah, sorry, just having a fucking technical issue. All right, okay. Right, people, I think, no, my mouse hasn't broke because my mouse is working, but my facility to scroll the chat backwards and forwards has gone. That's not working for some reason. I don't know, which means if I miss your chat and don't put it up on the screen and it's going on too far, I'll not be getting there. But there we go. Sorry about that. Yeah. So you both made the trip over to Belfast for our yearly festivities to commemorate the Battle of the Boyne and the Glorious Revolution. Second year over. As good as the first time?
I think it was just about the same, really. I mean, this time we went to a wedding. We was invited to a wedding, and that was in the Shankill Road, and that's where we went back later on in the evening. I mean, this wedding was so unionist. It was just when the bride and the groom came into the hall, everyone was asked to like wave the Union Jacks from their tables, and I just love the patriotism. When I got off the plane and I was driving into Belfast, I don't know what it is. It's just I feel such a passion when I just see all the Union Jacks and Ulster banners flying from the post lampposts, and it's a beautiful thing. It really is. I mean, any patriot in England or Scotland or Wales, British patriot, if they've never been over to Northern Ireland, they need to go there and experience it, because you never see anything. You might see it on a Golden Jubilee or a Diamond Jubilee, but even then it's different, because it's about the country, not about some people, because the Jubilee is about some people, isn't it?
The
So yeah.
Well, actually, that's something that I remember the 1977 Silver Jubilee.
Yeah, yeah.
Whenever I was a child.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that as well.
Yeah, well,
Let me
what
just
I
say something. 42. Let me just say something. So we had my grandmother and my mum. We had some friends from the Shankill Road. These old ladies. Oh, what were their names? Oh, I can't remember their names. But anyway, they came over they came over for every royal event, and they would be right at the front with their Ulster banner and Union Jack, and they used to stay in our house. And they were from East Belfast. So
yeah,
sorry, carry on.
yeah. But
77.
what I wondered about the 1977 Silver Jubilee, whenever we were doing all the stuff, and it was obviously on the news and everything, I was wondering, what do the English, Scottish, and Welsh kids do every year? Uh, I was thinking, what do they do every year that makes them look and feel uh, British and connected with their culture? Because that was something I know what we do every year, and we're going to talk about that about a brief bit. But do the English have anything that
Well,
makes them uniquely English that they
it's
still do?
it's a very good point. There isn't anything really. I mean, I'm aware that there's
Oh
an
yeah.
Australian.
See. While we're doing this, I am going to right. Fuck. Sorry for cutting you off. We'll come back to this point. I'm
No
going
worries.
to put up the YouTube video of the bonfire I went to without the noise, and we'll let that flicker away at the side so people can watch that while we're having our chat. Because it did
Uh-huh.
call us a fireside chat, and that was sort of my idea. What happened was I had planned to live stream this bonfire, but whenever I got there, yeah, I got myself locked out of StreamYard,
Yeah.
and therefore I couldn't stream it, but it did video it. So what you're seeing at the minute is that wee bit of light. That's a guy that's halfway up this bonfire with a uh fuck, what do you call them things? A gun of a gun that shoots out fire. Fuck. And he's starting to light it. So you can see this going on just as we chat. And I'll also put us back on the side. So that's that one. Yep. Okay. We're all good. Right. Sorry. Where was I? Yep. So do you have anything really that makes you feel uniquely English just do on a yearly basis?
No, well, we have St George's Day, but in terms of like being British, to celebrate
Well,
the United Kingdom, well, which the Union flag represents, we don't really have anything, and I think we should have a day for the United Kingdom. Um, I mean, in Australia, I think they have Australia Day. Um, America, they have their Independence Day. Canada, I don't know about Canada. I'm sure they've probably got a day, but for some reason we don't really like. We don't seem to have one. No. St George's Day is. I suppose that's a
well,
religious. Uh,
well, no. Well, St George's Day is the day you're supposed to celebrate being English. Uh, I, in my humble point of view, I think your day that celebrates being British would be uh, Guy Fawkes Night, Fireworks Night. I think that fulfills the same purpose as the 12th of July does over here, in that the Guy Fawkes plot to assassinate the king was done at a time whenever you could simply swap out a king and put in somebody else in their place by assassination. And what happened after the Glorious Revolution was we had a set. We have there was a set lineage put in place, and also the British Parliament was tied to the House of Orange in that their king was always going to come from that line. And Guy Fawkes Night is also part of that, and is also a remembrance of the Protestant martyrs that were the human candles that were burnt at the stake. So I think that's where it's supposed to be, but it no longer serves that function.
Well, the Guy Fawkes Night was definitely a massive celebration. There's no doubt about that. But you never really saw our national flags there, like the St George's Cross or the Union flag or anything like that. It was always like focused on Guy Fawkes, that he was caught and he was executed. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I suppose you got St George's Day, St Andrew's Day, St David's Day, St Patrick's Day. But I think they should have a new day for the United Kingdom to celebrate it, for all four countries to celebrate as one nation.
Well, that's going to be either what you're looking at there is the Glorious Revolution or the Act of Union, one of those two, and the revolution and the Acts of Union and the changes the state means that the obvious time to do that would be whatever date it is you pick that has the relevance and importance to the.
Yeah. I mean, I think we could use the date when Ireland joined the Great Britain. That would be the last handshake, so to speak. That could be the day.
Yeah, it's
because not a lot of people realise that the Union flag has the St Patrick's Cross in it as well, and that represents Northern Ireland. It used to, well, it still sort of does represent the whole of Ireland. So there's still people in the south who still, that is still their flag, so to speak. They're still royalists, but mainly it's Northern Ireland, and the Union flag looks totally different without it. You can see in history books when it's just England and Scotland flag in the flag. So yeah, I think that's a really good idea. 42. We might have to draft up a policy, because I'm sure John Laurance he'll be very happy to do something like that. He loves a celebration. He loves it. He likes all the attention as well. He's a bit of a superstar now. You know, he had people coming up to him at the parade saying, "Oh, I know you from YouTube," and he was getting photos of all the lovely ladies with their Union Jack hats.
Oh yes, I will notice that Big John standing at in prime real estate at Shaftesbury Square, Sandy Row, on the 12th of July morning, which is quite a rowdy part of the parade, was getting lots of photographs with attractive ladies. I'm trying to say that the only reason why was because they had Union Jack hats on.
Yeah, very amusing. But they were very nice. Everyone was so nice. I didn't get any problems from anyone. I bought a lovely souvenir for my mum. Shall I show the chat?
Yes. Show that up.
See if I can get it up there. Hold on, I'll have to get the other screen on. So it's just a little cup for my mum.
Very nice, very nice.
So it says William of Orange, 1690. And if anyone don't know, he was from Holland, and he came to prevent our nation going back to being a Catholic nation, where it changed to a Protestant nation,
Oh,
and the new King of England wanted to take it back to Catholicism. Is that correct?
yes, it's actually a bit worse than that because what happened was every time a Catholic monarch got in place, they would persecute the Protestants, who were the majority of the population. Uh, to the extent, like Bloody Mary uh, burnt a Protestant at the stake every week for the entirety of her reign. The last one that she ordered was 2 days before she died. Uh, and whenever the Glorious Revolution did, it brought it stopped all the cruel and unusual punishments. The uh, all the burning at the stakes that stopped. It did, and it solidified the line and how our there's a bonfire going. How our country was going to work for the foreseeable future, and I think it stayed pretty much as it should have been until the era of Tony Blair. Uh, I would say that democracy from then to Blair had moved very slowly and incrementally, and Blair just ripped the whole fucking thing asunder.
Yeah, he's done a lot of damage. He has.
Yeah,
So I'm just looking at your bonfire that you attended. That's an
yeah.
amazing bonfire. Where was that?
Oh, that was at a housing estate in South Belfast. Uh, actually, I'll tell you a little bit about the estate. Uh, one moment, did I get the right thing up? Yeah. So, oh fuck, I can't even do this now because my scroll's not working. Right. There was that was Beaver Estate uh, in South Belfast on the 19th of September 1992. There was a £2,000 bomb that exploded at the forensic laboratories just outside that estate. Uh, Now, what those of us that have been around the bomb knows that it has a circular blast radius, and although it took out uh, the labs, it also took out the windows of every house in the housing estate that was facing it. And a lot of people were minding their own business, having baths, making dinner, doing whatever they were doing. And all of their windows suddenly came out at the same time, and the electric went out. And apparently, nobody got killed instantly at the blast because they're not counting people that took heart attacks. And it turns out that if you have thousands of lacerations that require thousands of stitches and die a couple of years later, that's not directly contributable to the bomb that totally changed your life. But anyway, we could have made all of those bombings stop. All we had to do was stop looking British, stop being British, give up our identity, and all those bombs would have stopped. And as you can see, it's worked really well because you've been watching the bonfire of the estate that they fucking decimated to the point where it was possible that the United Nations were going to put in a relief effort because there was not many people that were dehomed at the one time. Uh, yeah, that's their bonfire because they're still British and they're still proud.
Yeah, do you want to tell the viewers the significance of the bonfire 42?
Well, there's a lot of significances to the bonfires. Uh, One being that actually, we need to stop this feed for a minute. I'm going to stop you, and I'm going to bring up a couple of pictures. Share screen, window.
because the bonfire we attended in the Shankill Road, it was quite a small one, but it was really close to some of the houses, and they boarded up all the windows and all the doors on the houses around it,
right?
In case if there was a big gush of wind, some of those pallets will fly, mate.
Yeah, right. So here's a picture of a very small bonfire in a little seaside town, Amagi. Sent me this picture and another one, and so I'm going to take that one down, and I'm going to share another one, and this sort of illustrates what bonfires are for. And this is from the same site, but looking across at the next little town over, and you can see their fire going. And part of what the bonfires are about is lots of places like this where your little fire pops up and it's like, yeah, hi, this is us here. We're doing the same thing here. And a way of communication. Whenever William landed in Carrickfergus and then went through Ireland to the Battle of Boyne, there was bonfires lit along the coast to guide him to shore. And then as William moved through Ireland, there was bonfires lit in the areas he moved to let the people in the surrounding area know that the king had arrived. These would have been took up on the high places and put there. But that's what they mean historically. But what they mean today is they're a very important part of community building. They are also, in the Western world, for young men, we have lost a rite of passage. We have boys that go from being very small boys around a bonfire that are constantly being told to get out of the way to slightly bigger boys where they're allowed to carry some light stuff. And then whenever they get a little bit older, they're able to carry slightly heavier stuff. Then they hit about 14, 15, they can climb the bonfires, they can stand on top of them. And also they get the boss, the smaller kids about and tell them what to do. And then, of course, there's older teenagers or adults making sure that everything's done safely and people are kept safe. And we have we know how to behave around bonfire sites. We know how to teach kids to do it because we've been doing it forever. You've also had that skill in England with Guy Fawkes bonfires, but I'm not sure that is still as prevalent. There's a lot of the Guy Fawkes night stuff that's all totally taken over by the council. And what I would warn you about that is that while it's all good and all you have to do is rock up and take in the scene, but whenever the council has control of the funding, the council has control of whether or not it happens. The council has control of what can happen, what can be seen, what can't. And
what's the event called? Bonfire night instead of Guy Fawkes night.
Bonfire 11th night. We call it the 11th night.
Yeah, I know. But in England, what they did, they slowly.
Oh yes, all right, yes. I get you. Yes, they went from Guy Fawkes to bonfire night.
Yeah, to then firework, and then to firework night.
Yeah, but apart from that, I mean, we're kids around our bonfires. They'll get to, by the time they've got to 13 hanging about bonfires, they'll have been told chapter and verse about our bonfires. The majority of the world is totally oblivious to the fact that Guy Fawkes was not trying to blow up Parliament and was in fact just trying to assassinate the king in order to get a change of monarch. So it's not doing its job with carrying the history message, if you know what I mean. It's got very far from where it was.
Yeah.
I I think what we've been very careful about in Ulster is keeping our traditions traditional. You know, which has been a long-standing battle. A lot of people call us bigots. Tell us we're sectarian. Uh, they tell us that we're bigots and vile, nasty people, and we just keep playing music and building bonfires as if fuck all had happened.
Yeah, yeah. Just if you don't mind, I'll just say about the party quickly.
Yep. Yes, please do.
Yeah, so our party is a Christian nationalist party, and we believe that Christianity needs to be brought back into society, and you know they're slowly eroding Christmas and all things like that as well. But we are registered in Northern Ireland. Just if there's because there's a few more people watching now, just to repeat myself what I said earlier,
Yeah.
we are registered in Northern Ireland. We are looking for candidates, and you know obviously we're focusing on the housing crisis because we're called the National Housing Party, but you know, so we want immigration stopped. We want permanent settlement immigration stopped. We don't want any more refugees coming in to settle permanently. Um, you know, we've got over 1 million people waiting for council flats all around the UK, and there's like 300,000 people completely homeless. And just at Dover alone, the amount of asylum seekers they've allowed in is about 180,000 now. So you know, it's an absolute disgrace what's going on, and we're a traditional party. You know, we're a unionist party. We believe in the union of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. There's other things, you know. We're a national. You know, we're against globalism. NATO is the military arm of globalism, so we want to leave NATO. There's a few other important things. And if you want to see anything about our party, you can go to nationalhousingparty.uk. That's our website. If you go to the policy section, you'll see some of our ideas there. For example, we want to ban foreign ownership of property, land, and business in the UK. There's many multi-billionaires who live all around the world, and they own thousands of properties in our country, and they don't even visit the country. They're just earning money off the back of the poor people who can't afford to get on the housing ladder to pay for deposits and things like that. So yeah, that's really what we're about. John Laurance is the leader. He couldn't make it. He's still coming. He's still on his way back from Northern Ireland, and you know we're very supportive of veterans as well. John Laurance hosts the late night veterans show every Friday night on our channel, NHP UK TV YouTube channel. Yeah, our party's growing slowly, and I stand in elections. We stand in local elections. We don't stand in parliamentaries at this stage. Um, you know, I'm quite hopeful in my area where I'm going to stand. Everybody keeps all the nationalists say, "Oh, we got to leave all the big cities like London, Manchester, Birmingham," and I totally disagree. You know, there's
I
just
would I would be very wary about leaving anywhere.
yeah.
If you want to take any lesson from Northern Ireland and from Ulster and from what we've been through just to stay British, it would be this. There was a mural I took you to see of the East Belfast Protestant boys, and beside it on the mural it says, "Where our music is accepted, we will play it loud. Where it is challenged, we will play it louder." I'm telling you, people, see any area of life that you cede to people that don't like Britain, you're never getting that back again. Never.
Mm.
It's so be careful what you just give up. I mean, the
Well,
other one, the other one I would say is giving up the England football team. Are you fucking nuts? Why give it up? Uh, why? I get that the England football team has got woke, but you know what? See if English nationalists held all the tickets for inside the ground, and then were able to boo that bullshit uh, together, it wouldn't happen. And anywhere you concede, you're not getting back.
Well, the ironic thing about the big cities, I live in the centre of London, and I live in the area where Keir Starmer is elected MP. And when I stood in my local election, I wasn't planning on really going for it because I just didn't think there would be any interest in a party like ours. But from the outset, our party, we are a Christian nationalist party, and we are willing to work with ethnic minorities to achieve our goals. Yeah, ethnic minorities can join our party, um, but we don't call people like say Diane Abbott. We don't say she's a British person. She's a British citizen. Yeah, she should be respected, like the laws, etc. But she's not a Brit. But when we start trying to say like anyone can be a British person, that's when you're losing your identity. However, we will work with them, and where I live, there's in my local ward, there's 9,000 voters, and for the last 16 years, 5,000 of those 9,000 voters don't bother voting. So when I stood for the first time, the response I got was so magnificent. I couldn't believe it. And I got such a good vote. I just thought, well, 5,000 didn't even vote. So I could really go for it because it's every 4 years in London. In the big cities, the local elections every 4 years. And I can really see in 2026 we're going to have about 10 candidates in London, and I'm really optimistic because people don't realise Labour won the election. Everyone thinks that they won some massive landslide victory. It wasn't really a mega victory because they got less votes than the last general election when Corbyn was leader. Literally, they got about 600,000 less votes than bloody Corbyn when he was leader. So Keir Starmer in my area, his vote went down about 9,000 votes. So I think he got 23,000 this time. And then when Corbyn was leader in the general election before this one, he got about 34,000, 32,000 votes. So Labour are people don't realise that a lot of the ethnic minorities and the Muslims don't like Labour because they are so woke. Labour's core base are the white liberals, and a lot of the ethnic minorities are abandoning them. So, if you live in a big city, and you're into politics, don't give up. Come and join the National Housing Party, and we'll support your campaign, and we will get you elected. Because what it is, yeah, all these waiting lists for housing, all the ethnic minorities are on these waiting lists as well. They want immigration stopped. They want the dinghy stopped because they're like a lot of the indigenous population not allowed to go on the waiting lists anymore. Same with a lot of these
Hold
ethnic
on, why
minorities.
not?
Well, they just won't. If for example, so on my leaflet,
Do your deal. Do your deal. See one of these people that can't get on a list, pass them on to me, and we'll see.
what it
And
is,
I'll.
what it is, 42. Yeah, if you've got a job and you're healthy, you're not a junkie, you're not gay, you're not lesbian, you're not a refugee, they won't put you on a waiting list anymore. And there's thousands and thousands. It's a massive scandal. I can't believe Farage is not capitalising on this
Uh,
because this is a massive scandal. And it's been going on for years, and I'm using it. This is how I get my votes because there's a lot of
right.
blacks and even Muslims vote for me because a lot of them are not allowed. That they're overcrowded as well. So the government, the Labour government, they're going to continue to flood the country with refugees, and this is how we're going to win votes.
Well, you see, if homeless people were allowed to vote, there wouldn't be any homeless people. Uh, because we vote houses for themselves. But we will see. We've a, there's something very wrong in a country with a diminishing population that you also have uh, not enough houses, because whenever there was houses enough to house the larger population, that should have been sufficient housing, unless something's went very wrong. Like, we're not actually having a diminishing population that our birth rate would indicate.
But this is the reason why London is now 37% white British, because generations and generations of Cockneys, working class people, um, because they were working or whatever, they couldn't get on the housing waiting list, so they had to move out. If they got a decent job and they had a family, they'd have to go and buy a house outside London, and then that was replaced slowly, not only by refugees, but a lot of refugees they're just prioritized. They go to the top of the waiting list because they get more points. It's all points based now, the housing thing, yeah. And
Oh,
they
I
get
know
more,
all about the housing.
they get more points if they're could allegedly fleeing a war zone, and that's how they get prioritized. It's like they're traumatized and all this sort of stuff. And in my opinion, like, I just think the whole thing needs to stop. And the reason it's a big problem, and the reason the whole world is trying to get over the channel on dinghies, is because they give them citizenship and housing. And if they stop doing that and put them in refugee camps temporarily, most of these people would stop. But we can't even do that now because we're trillions in debt. It's too late for all this stuff. We've helped enough refugees. The party's over, and we need to say no more. We've let in enough people. We can't take any more people into this country.
Sheila stopped at that. Wherever all the party kings and queens gone, they've kept a couple for a yearly show. The rest of them are in Essex, and also we have a world's first. We have a television show that started off as a soap opera and became a period drama uh, called EastEnders.
Yeah, believe it
Uh,
or not, I was in a pie and mash shop today in down the Walworth Road. It's near Elephant and Castle, so Millwall area, and there's still a sizable amount of Indigenous British people left in London. I mean, people don't realise that London is about 8 million people, and it's about 2 million left white British, yeah. Half of those 2 million are probably white lefty liberals, and the other half are probably working class Cockneys. And 2 million white British people, that's more than the population of Manchester and Liverpool combined.
Who do you, oh, interesting one. Who do you think are the larger problem? The white lefty liberals or the immigrants?
It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one, but I'll be honest with you. I could sit down and have a chat with an immigrant if they was like right wing, rather than sit down and have a chat with a raging lefty liberal. And as simple as that. But at the end of the day, the raging liberal, I hate to say this, I've got a few in my family, so I can't really say like, well, I would rather the bloody immigrants in and not, you know what I mean? It's a
Well,
difficult one.
see, here's my opinion on that one. You can remove the immigrants all you want. While you've got the lefty liberals there, more's going to come. The lefty liberals are the source of the problem. And until they're removed, you can't fix this shit.
Well, they have destroyed the country, and it's not actually the lefty liberals. It's come from cultural Marxism, and the problem arose from refugees.
No,
These, Karl Marx and all that. They all fled Germany and came to England, and
no, they didn't come to England. They went to America.
Well, that was the Frankfurt School, but Karl Marx, he's buried in Highgate Cemetery.
Yes, Karl Marx is in Karl Marx is in England, and you have to pay to see his grave.
And I do believe they wrote the Communist Manifesto in London, and these were all refugees from Eastern Europe. And again, that's destroyed the West. All that kind of ideology.
Yeah, but Was Karl Marx our prime minister? Because I don't think he was. I, I, I get that that's where the ideology comes from, but the lefty liberals from here that implement it are your actual problem.
Well, you could argue that we should have a Christian, a far right Christian monarchy dictatorship. That because you could argue that
We,
democracy
we
was the start of all the lefty liberal.
no, we done away with a dictator monarchy whenever we brought in our representative representative democracy that we currently have. Uh, prior to the Glorious Revolution, the king could pretty much decide what he wanted. After that, everything has to come by consent, which means via the Houses of Parliament.
Yeah, I mean, what the really important thing to mention is that communism attacks Christianity. That's their first target, and that's exactly what's happened in this country. They managed to remove the Christian faith from our society. They attacked it from all different angles, through feminism, through gay marriage, abortion, and these were all we had a strong Christian country before the Second World War, and it's practically disappeared now, and this is this. So Christianity creates strong families create strong borders. I don't think it's a coincidence we've got weak borders, that we no longer live in a Christian society. Look at Hungary and Poland. They seem to be more willing to protect their borders and Russia more than what we are, and those three countries are the last kind of practicing Christian countries in Europe. So
But there's more to it than Christianity. Uh, they're they're all Eastern European. Uh, Eastern the See that big parade that you watched yesterday for the Battle of the Boyne in 1690.
mm.
When was the last Muslim armed incursion into Europe? The last Muslim armed crusade.
I've got no idea.
1689. A good 5 months before it.
Interesting.
Right. The siege of Vienna, where the Turk Empire had got to the gates of Vienna and were then took out by the roots by the Hungarian and Romanian hussars who beat the absolute shit out of them.
Yeah.
Ben, I totally get that what's going on is a crusade. I'm talking about the last armed one where they rocked up with an army, which was 1689. Europe has totally forgot about that. We, however, have not forgot about the Battle of Boyne in 1690, and we'll have a parade for it every year. I think those two things are connected. That unless you purposefully set out to remember and preserve your history,
Yeah.
it'll be taken from you. You'll
Yeah.
forget
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Well, like we discussed earlier about Guy Fawkes Night, there.
Yeah.
Oh no, we can't do that. It's going to upset people, and you start getting rid of all these traditions, and you end up with no identity, and that's exactly what's happened. I mean, it is illegal to have a white British group identity. To have a white British group identity officially recognised is illegal, and the BNP were the last people to were trying to fight for to keep the right to have that, and unfortunately the state crushed them, and so it is now. You can't. It's unbelievable. In our own country, it's illegal to have a white British group identity officially recognised.
But what about
and it's all started in the 50s. Little bits like Christianity, like I said, was the first target, and the feminism and all this, and then it was the gay thing. Now it's the trans thing, isn't it? It's just like they'll find it. I don't know what their next target's going to be, but I
Well,
think
the the pro the institutions that get destroyed by the leftists is going to become increasingly stupid because they're running out of things to destroy. We've already lost all the definitions of a family due to gay marriage and gay adoption.
yeah.
Uh, we're in the process of we are training medical doctors that can't tell the difference between a boy and a girl or a male or a female by physical examination. Uh, Anybody who thinks that that is a healthy way to live is
Well, again, 42. This is not a coincidence that all this trans ideology is being pushed into the schools since they've removed Christianity, because the Bible clearly says male and female only, and only man and woman can get married. And once they've got that out of the way, then there's stories in America that it's actually a true story that three gays adopted a boy or a girl. What I
yeah.
don't know what they. And it's like, if you don't have Christianity there, who says that is wrong? Who's the one who can say, well, actually, that's wrong? And I say Jesus Christ says that's wrong. He's our leader, and
Here,
it's in the
here,
Bible.
here's a question for you. Do the hold on 1 second? What the fuck? Sorry, uh, Brad. I don't think anybody's blaming the average guy. We're just describing society as it is. I don't think we're particularly putting blame on people. Uh, Fuck, what was I going to say? Yes, here's the thing. Do your churches have like homework clubs in England?
Um, Homework clubs. What for the
Right.
congregation or for the
No,
kids?
for the local fucking primary school. So, what happens up the road from me is come home time twice a week. People from the local church arrive at the primary school, and all the kids that are going to the homework class go to get walked across the state by the church people into the church hall and get assistance with their homeworks. And most of the churches will do something like that twice a week.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, I was raised Church of England, and I had to go Sunday school every week. But I stopped going at the age of about 10 or 11. But we didn't really do any homework or anything. But I was only attending when I was young. But then I turned my back on the faith. You know,
No, oh God, no! This isn't to teach them about Christianity. This is to get their fucking homework done.
Sorry, I misunderstood what you meant.
Right, right.
Homework clubs. Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I'm sure they got that
because
going on.
I think that if the primary school knows that the homework's going directly to the church for the kids to get assistance, there's a lot less chance of them trying to put that shit in there.
Mm. Yeah, well, they successfully removed faith from the government, and now all this stuff's creeping in. Well,
Well,
it's not creeping in; it has crept in, and like
wait,
it's one
wait, wait,
when I
wait.
stand in elections on my leaflets. One of my main issues, and this a lot of ethnic minorities agree with this. We want sex education taken out of schools. I say, only the parents should be teaching their children about these things, not someone you hardly know or the state. And the funny thing about it, 42, is when I was at school in the 80s. They were, do you know what our sex education was? It was they were teaching us how not to have children,
Yes.
how to have sex for fun, basically. That's what they
No.
were
Well,
teaching.
no. What they were teaching was the reproductive cycle and the uh and what causes a pregnancy. they were teaching you the biological realities of it, surely.
I better put this on mute. Hold on.
100
One
k
sec.
migrant children missing. Holy fuck! Where are they all at? That's something I don't know about. I know that oh, I, I get that they have trafficking rings and all that, but I really didn't think it was up to 100,000. Uh, yeah. But is everything okay?
Yeah, fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this Christianity thing is so big, people don't like. Even atheists now realise that we're better off living in a Christian society because there's just no rules anymore, and the welfare state has more or less replaced Christianity. And we've got a policy to slowly reintroduce Christianity into schools and stuff. And this is the only way because what was Europe like before Christianity? I mean,
Well, here's the question: When when was the Church of England repealed as the state religion? Because I don't know if it has been.
no, I didn't say that. What I said was, I think the Labour. I think it might have been Blair. Or I don't. No. Sorry, not Blair. Well, when they
It was there because
when they brought out laws to legalise abortion, uh, uh, agree that they allow gay marriage. That's when the state is no longer Christian.
but is that where it started? And in order to get the solution, you're going to have to figure out where the problem starts. Is that a fair comment? If we want the if we want to set the country back on its proper standing, as was promised to us by the Bill of Rights 1688, where's the point at which we started to remove the function of having a state religion?
Well, I think most
Toleration Act?
most of our prime ministers over history until recent times were always practicing Christians, and I'm not sure if there was a blasphemy law, but that maybe have something to do with it because once people could openly criticize it and stuff like that, it brought out all
But
the feminists were attacking all the time, saying that uh, you know attacking the husband, the man's role in the family and stuff like that, which is more or less backed up by the Christian faith, wouldn't you say?
when do you reckon that they started attacking the man's place in the family?
Um, After the suffragettes,
After the suffragettes? So,
around that time, yeah, but
uh, what,
early 19th century.
early 19th century? What about the Custody of Infants Act? Uh, where 'cause in Great Britain, the presumption was always that the custody would go to the father because the father was the person that would provide for all the child's necessities, and that worked up until the Custody of Infants Act 1839, where a wench called Caroline Norton, who was described as a social beauty and a hostess, basically sucked the then Prime Minister's cock and got him to pass the Custody of Infants Act, meaning the children would be given into the custody of the mother and the father would pay for all the necessities. That's 1839, and they'd been working on it for quite some time. So
I
you're
mean,
you're at least 100 years out.
so you think it started a lot earlier than that?
Uh, well, the social reformers were going from the early 1800s.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
the,
I mean, it is quite controversial,
the,
but the
uh,
suffragettes. I mean, a lot of people don't realise the suffragettes when they got what they achieved, there was still millions of men who couldn't vote. Is it?
no, the suffragettes didn't achieve anything.
Yeah,
The history of voting in Great Britain is actually quite simple. Uh, Started off, nobody could vote. Then it started off that earls or knights in thing, some capacities could vote on some things. Then they increased it, and it was down to land ownership up until the 1921, I believe, Representation of Peoples Act that gave votes to all men of 21 years of older and women of 30 years and older. And the reason why there was a disparity in the age was because so many men had been killed in the First World War that the disparity between males and females was the population was like 70% female. And then as the population leveled off, they leveled off the ages of men and women. And that voting right was gained not by the suffragettes, but by the sacrifice of the men in the First World War. It was decided that if a government was going to have the ability to uh, forcibly round up men and send them off to war, that those same men must have an ability to have an input into the government that sends them off to war. The suffragettes were told that this was coming up and asked did they want the vote for women as well, and they said fuck no, because that's connected to conscription, and we won't take any vote that could possibly be taken to conscription for a land army, for nursing, for factory work. And they were told no, 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 you will have no obligation. They said okay, we'll accept that, and then men and women got the vote at the exact same time.
I'll tell you another thing. What really made a difference, which played a big part in the Christianity being removed from society, was when the welfare state came in. And I don't know if you know Stephen Molyneux,
Yeah.
Canadian guy. He
Yes.
done an excellent video on this actual subject regarding the wealth, and he he basically said that every Western nation are trillions in debt, and
Yeah.
it's all because of this welfare state, which was got basically got bigger and bigger since women got the vote in the early 1900s. That's what his basic analysis was. And
Right. Yes, but you using that analogy that welfare got bigger and women got the vote. See, here's the thing. See if you take a chart of shark attacks in somewhere like South Africa that they have sharks, and the graph goes up and down and up and down and up and down, and you get a graph of ice cream sales for the same area, you'll find that that graph goes up and down and up and down, and they actually mirror each other. That's not because sharks like people that eat ice cream. That's because whenever it gets hot, people like to go swimming and they like to eat ice cream. I think that there's a correlation between women getting the vote and the welfare state increasing, but I don't think it's a causation. I
yeah,
think I think the cause is a lot more complicated. And the the other thing is the we give people we give people that don't work the ability to vote for free stuff, and we get surprised that they vote for free stuff.
yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of the welfare state. I think it should be dramatically reduced, maybe even completely in many cases. Because at the end of the day, the way I see it, if anyone needs a welfare state, it shouldn't be a first world country like the UK or France. It should be countries in Africa and places like that. That's where people starve to death. People are not going to be starving to death in this country if we didn't have a welfare state. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I always I'm always very confused by the advertisements I see on TV that a fiver will feed a family in Africa for a month, but it doesn't do so well in my local housing estate. Send the fiver to feed a family for a month in Africa, or send the fiver to give water to a whole village. And I don't know, the maths doesn't add up there. Why is it
Yeah.
so expensive here?
Yeah, yeah. And another thing about the welfare state, which replaced Christianity more or less, is with Christianity there was consequences. You know, if you did something wrong, you know, you're committing a sin or whatever it may be. But with the welfare state, there's no consequences. You can just go around having kids everywhere, have 10 different women and just leave them. You know, the state's going to look after the kids, they're going to get benefits. You know, you can live an unhealthy life with the NHS and just keep going there. And it's it's a disaster. This it's turned out into a disaster, this welfare state. And, you know, who's behind the welfare state? Socialism. And the bankers love socialism. You know, the bankers want all the countries in debt to them so they can control them even more. So it's it's bad news. The socialism and welfare state.
Yeah. Oh, socialism, welfare state, and open borders. Those three things cannot ever go together. Anyway, I'm conscious of your time. Uh,
I could do another
Fury,
10 minutes. Another
right,
10 minutes. Let's
right.
get back
Well,
to the. Let's get back
yeah,
to the 12th.
yeah. But I was going to say, we went on a massive tangent there. 12th of July parade, fan or not?
Sorry.
Are you a fan or not?
Oh, 100% fan. 100%. I mean, I'm a traditionalist. I'm a unionist. I'm a British nationalist. And you know, I've got a bit of Irish blood in me from both sides.
Um,
Um, got
oh,
family in.
I hear the orange order's getting a bit larger in England, by the way, at the moment.
Right, right, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
and yeah, yeah. I forgot to finish my story earlier. So I turned my back on the Christian faith when I was about 11. I felt ashamed. I didn't want to tell my mates. I had to go to church and all that, and it's a bit sad, really. But that's a common thing. And I turned my back on the faith for many years until 2016, and I re-embraced the faith. That's another story. But you know, I'm a proud Christian, and obviously the 12th of July has got quite a Christian element to it. And yeah, I'm definitely in favour of it. And it's a shame we don't have an event every year in England with the Union flag, which represents the whole of the UK. I mean, we have St George's Day. I love that. One of our policies in our party is to have a bank holiday on St George's Day, and we campaign for an English Parliament to begin with. And then if we get that, we have that for 4 years, and then we have a vote throughout the whole of the United Kingdom. Do we want to go back to the original British Parliament or carry on the way it is?
yeah, that's one way I could possibly go about it.
Yeah, I mean, another way would be just to go straight back to the old way before Tony Blair, which would be better. But it's people are very angry that the English haven't got a parliament, whereas Scotland, Wales, and I believe Northern Ireland as well have got one, and we haven't got one. So it's not fair.
Well, we have one sometimes. It's uh, 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 we we've had our assembly for about 25 years, and it's been closed for about 15 of
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But generally, we should be have one parliament, and you know, Tony Blair has done a lot of division in this country. Like, just that's just one of the things he did, which was bad. And he also repealed the death penalty for the treason, wasn't it, as well?
Yes, he did. I'm also uh, I'm also going to try and look into things because the It seems he did a disproportionate amount of harm, uh, and he was
Well,
trying.
the sad thing about it, 42, he's back in power now because he was well involved with Keir Starmer getting him elected.
Yes, he was. He was indeed. He was very involved in that.
I wonder what he thinks about Northern Ireland. I mean, he's now a Catholic, isn't he?
Who, Keir Starmer?
No,
Uh,
Blair.
Blair became a Catholic about 2 minutes after he stopped being a prime minister.
Yeah.
Blair did that like right away. It was his first act after, which tells me that he was a political Catholic that only didn't take that religion because he was barred from doing so in order to have the prime minister's job. You're not supposed to be a prime minister of this country unless you're a Protestant. I'm sorry, but that's what the Bill of Rights says. You're not
Mm.
supposed to. Uh, I would go further and say that if you are a originalist and read that document, and here's one for you: look up Bill of Rights, 1688. Find the text for the document, read it as it was written by the Parliament at that time, because it was written by the Parliament and signed by King William and Queen Mary, and ask yourself what type of a country they thought they were going to be keeping forever. Because I would say it was white and Protestant.
Mm. But overall, 42, how do you feel the 12th of July went across Northern Ireland? Another question for you. Do they have any celebrations in the south, in the Republic? Because I know there is orange lodges in the south,
Yeah.
isn't there?
Well, there's a parade on the 11th, I think it is, in a place called Rossnarla, which is just across the border in Ireland,
Mm.
which I would equate with Hitler's Olympics in 34 or whatever year that was. That Hitler had the Olympics and he brought the world there and he pretended that everything was all fine and good. Well, Ireland has their one orange parade a year and they pretended it's tolerated and whatnot, but we have seen from the way that orange parades are opposed in Northern Ireland what it would actually be like if we were to be subjected to an Irish government, and there
Mm-hmm.
would be there it would be gone. There'd be none.
So is it fair to say that in Northern Ireland that the bonfires have decreased a little bit?
Yeah, interestingly, they have and they haven't. Whenever I was a kid, there would have been 30 bonfires for every one bonfire. Right, you'd have had lots more kids doing their own bonfire at the end of the street, whereas they have now been amalgamated into single bonfires that are 30 times the size. I mean, you've seen the one that I showed there, which was like a medium small.
Yeah.
So the tradition itself is as alive and kicking as ever. It has changed slightly, and doubtless it will change slightly in the future, but I don't see it stopping anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to get off in a minute, so I'll just
Yeah.
one last call out. We're the National Housing Party, United Kingdom. We are registered in Northern Ireland now. If you are in Northern Ireland and you'd like to campaign for us, or even just join the party, that would be good. But obviously, we would like a local election candidate. So if you have a look at our website and you're interested, please come forward. We believe in the union. That's why we got registered in Northern Ireland, and that's why UK is in our name. We are a Christian nationalist party, and but you don't have to be Christian to join it. That's very important. And we've got lots of members who are not Christians. You can be a Catholic and join us if you want. Doesn't matter. But our direction is Christian nationalism. We want to try and bring Christianity back and nationalism back to our country. So I'll leave it
And
there.
I have just put the link for the website in the chat. If you go on that website, you'll be able to see their manifesto, you'll be able to see their policies, you'll be able to check everything about them and decide whether or not it's a good fit for you. Obviously, it's a good fit for. Obviously, I like what they're doing because otherwise I wouldn't be here. Uh, you know, honestly, I have done my due diligence. I've read their policies. I like what these guys are at. They're doing a proper, genuine job, and long may that continue.
Well,
Just
thanks for having me on 42, and it was lovely to bump into you at the
yep,
parades.
yes, really, really.
I didn't know. I didn't know what you looked like. You came up to me.
Yeah, yes. Well, this is it. I did have that advantage. Yeah. Um,
But yeah,
nobody else.
John was supposed to be on tonight, our
Yeah,
leader, and
he's still traveling.
yeah. But maybe you could have him on another time.
Yeah, I definitely will. The both of you are welcome on anytime.
Yeah,
And thank you very much for coming on. And it was a pleasure meeting you and bringing you on the stream on the 12th morning live from Belfast. That was good. Uh,
yeah.
thanks very much.
I saw someone in the chat said you got a lot of views on that.
Fuck, did I what? Uh, thousands. The 12th of July, the 12th stream, the big one, has something like 6,000, and the other two are in and around about 3,000 views, I think, which is my average is 200 to 300. So it's a phenomenal difference. Also, I gained approximately 30 subscribers over the course of a couple of days doing this. And I actually really enjoyed it. What I will say is I have watched it back and I think I need some new equipment because that microphone is not good for the music.
Yeah. I'll say one other thing. If anyone wants to go to my Twitter, I put on. I retweeted a Royal Irish Guards, their band, and they're just brilliant. It's absolutely magnificent. Go to my Twitter. It's at NHPUK capital letters, capital O official, FFICIAL, NHPUK official on Twitter. And I've put a lot of the videos on there as well, a lot of the pictures of the murals and all that. And got quite a lot of good interest actually, not bad at all. So yeah, it's all good.
Excellent. Excellent. So yes, find the links. Because I don't have that. I don't have your Twitter one, the handle, or right sticking on it. But I will
No,
put in the I'll put in the party website one again. So
yeah.
anybody, yep, you'll be able to find all the contacts
Oh,
on there.
you could put my YouTube link in there if you don't mind.
I can.
Do you know what it is?
No, can you put it in the? Can you put it in the private chat?
I'm going to send it to your WhatsApp.
Right.
See if I can do that. Yeah,
I mean,
I've got a good bagpiper here.
hold on. What are you talking about? The Twitter?
So if I'm sending it to your WhatsApp,
Yeah, I can't get it from WhatsApp to my phone. Right.
So yeah, my YouTube is NHPUK Press.
Oh, it's your YouTube.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Hold on. I'll get
I've
that
got
now.
private chat. Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
see. Let me see.
NHP.
Right. I put. Private chat. Right, that's me. I'm putting in the private chat. That's my Twitter.
Right.
And now,
okay.
I'll see if I can get my.
Here we go. Two boomers doing this live time. There's a Twitter one.
And
fuck. We'll get you the YouTube one as well, and you can all go and subscribe. And if anybody has found me strangely and is not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe to this channel as well. We'll like new subscribers. Hopefully we can bring you something interesting each week.
Right, that's the YouTube in the chat there.
Yeah. Oh, uh, Big John still traveling an hour late. Oh, the poor man. I hate that. It's even worse at night. It's not even daytime. Uh, he's still stuck trying to get back. But there you
Yeah,
go.
John lost his wallet as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he lost his wallet. He's he's had he's now had the proper 12th experience. I don't know if he was drunk at the time, but he's lost his wallet and he's home late. That's as everybody should be as a trip from Belfast for the glorious 12th. Yeah, also a little bit drunk, but there you go. Right, that's your other one, and that's a YouTube one, and I think now as well. So you can
Okay.
get those links in the chat. You can subscribe to me as well, and it's all good.
Okay. And hit the like, everybody.
Yep. Yeah, and hit the like. That's always good. We'll like the likes.
Yeah, I think you put the I think you put the Twitter in there again, mate.
Oh fuck, I have. Right, hold on. Let's see, private chat. Right. I know what's happened. Whenever I clicked off that, it hasn't worked properly. So yes, that's it. The press office one.
Brilliant
That's the
stuff.
YouTube one. Perfect. That's all your links in there. And I'll get those links. We'll harvest them and get them into the description as well.
All right, mate. Thanks a lot, 42.
Not
Really
a
nice to
problem.
speak to you. And God save the UK.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Good. God save the UK.
All right, mate.
That's
Cheers,
very
mate.
fitting. All right. All the best.
Cheers. Bye
There you,
bye.
all right, Pat. There you go, people. That was Pat McGuinness from the National Housing Party UK, who was over and I met up with during the 12th. And Big John is still on his way back. What else we got? I did promise you some poetry, so I'm going to do a. Let's see, where when? Yes, I'll do the poem first, and then I'm going to have a little musical interlude. And the poem I'm going to do is called "Of Serfs and Kings," and I wrote this in 2013. I will actually share the screen. I think I can do this. Yep, that works. By the way, that picture is from the flags protest in 2012 or 2013. It's called Of Serfs and Kings by 42. I am a million different things, a paradox of serfs and kings, a pacifist that went to war, an apprentice boy that shut the door. I built ships of steel the sea to command. I am Cornethia, picked knight of red hand. I built those fancy DeLorean cars. I've served a million pints and bars. The Boyne and Somme have felt my force, as did Waterloo and Iraq, of course. I died a million deaths, that much is clear, but look around because I am still here. Bagot Adams Kelly, too, just a wee word from me to you. You did your best, but I still survive. In every beat of the drum, I am alive. You tried at Enniskillen, Omagh, and the Abercorn. At Le Mans on Bloody Friday, my clothes got torn 1,300 times in 1972. You blew me up, but I made it through. Three cousins you took down at White Bray, honey trapped them murdered by the IRA. Going home from work in a minibus, where you callously separated yours from us. I took all this, and as you say, I am not going away. I am Ulster Protestantism, loyal and proud. I breathe when the fife and drum are played loud. I am a people of bloodline you cannot destroy, no matter what tactics you try to deploy. Go read the depositions of 1941. Understand removing us simply cannot be done. You cannot catch the wind nor change the tide of the sea, and that would be easy compared to conquering me. No surrender. There you go. That was a little bit of poetry. I'm going to take that one down. There we go. We're back. Right, thank you, Anglo. And with that, I'm going to find a little musical interlude. And yep, this would be about right. Hold on. Right, where am I? StreamYard, get this up. Brad, it's actually not as bad as you think. It's quite short. You want to go to about 3 paragraphs from the end. Do a bit about having people that are not white Protestants running our country does not work well for us. Right now, present a little bit of the Protestant boys. Oh, yeah, the Act of Secession. I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to reading that. Actually, no, the Act of Secession is quite small, is it not? Hmm.
The Protestant boys are loyal and true, stout-hearted in battle and stout-handed too. The Protestant boys are true as of yore, and faithful and peaceful when danger is o'er. And though they bear and proudly wear the colours that floated o'er many a fray, where cannons were flashing and sabres were clashing, the Protestant boys still carried the day. When James, half a bigot and more of a knave, with masses and Frenchmen the land would enslave, the Protestant boys for liberty drew, and showed with the orange their banner of blue. And very well their might can tell, who first in their ranks did the orange display. The pointed blue shires and often blue flyers, the Protestant boys still carried the day. When treason was rampant and traitors were strong, the law was defied by a vile rebel throng. When thousands were banded the throne to cast down, the Protestant rallies and stood by the crown. And oft in fight by day and night they conquered the rebels in many a fray. When red packs were bristling and bullets were whistling, the Protestant boys still carried the day. And still does the fame of their glory remain, unclouded by age and undimmed by a stain. For ever and ever their cause will uphold, the cause of the true and the trusted and bold. And scorn to yield or quit the field, while over our heads the old colour shall play, and traitors shall tremble whene'er we assemble, for Protestant boys will carry the day. The Protestant boys are loyal and true, though fashions have changed and the loyal are few. The Protestant boys are true to the last, though cowards belie them when danger is past. But still we stand a loyal band, and reck not the lawyers whatever they say. Just let the drums rattle, the summons their battle, the Protestant boys will carry the day.
Right. One momento. Right. I'm just trying to look up stuff about Donald Trump now, because it seems like someone shot him or attempted to or something. Right. Let's see what we've got. This is a very, very, very quick take, and we've got the wrong fucking thing. Close that. That's wrong. Look, yeah, it looks like he was hitting the ear, Liam. Indeed. Uh, there we go. There's a picture of him. Note that. Oh, fuck. Oh, I have to get a picture of this. See that Secret Service agent? Is she trying to get in the way of the bullet or get Trump between her and the bullet? Because it doesn't look really, doesn't look good to have his head and shoulders that high up. Yep, it does. Yep, let's see what this is saying. Donald Trump has been rushed off the stage after gunshots were heard as he addressed a crowd at a rally in Pennsylvania. Secret Service agents dashed up to the former president and quickly removed him from the stage in Butler. Mr. Trump could be seen ducking for cover behind a lectern. Good move. The former president was then driven quickly from the scene in an armoured vehicle. That seems to be. Oh. Hold on. Let's watch this again. Right. So there you go. They did try to counter him. Dawn, I'm having issues with my fucking Chrome, and whenever it goes through the other browser, we don't get volume. I'm sorry, but who, me or the shooter? I have questions about what happened to all the rounds that didn't hit him in the ear, because I would be expecting people to be leaking quite a bit of blood out the back there. This is strange. You raise a very good point. Yeah, it looked like he'd been stung by a wasp. And then he got down brave and pronto, which he should have done. Like the $6 million man. We can rebuild him. We can make him the world's first. Yeah. Hashtag, that's what I thought. It didn't sound loud, but it's hard to say. Uh, Trust me, I know that I had a phone mic pointed at music. It was sounding okay this weekend, and by the time it had been through the phone, it sounded shite and coming out on the internet. But I honestly don't know. If a deep state wanted them gone, no probs. This will be some convenient amateur strangeness, or it could be a warning. Uh, it could be maybe wind your neck and do what we say, or the next time it will be somebody that knows what they're doing. Liam, I agree with it. Did sound like a 2-2. How's that? What about you, chum? Glad to have you aboard. It did sound like a 2-2. Very strange. I'm going to have a quick check. Oh, fuck. The technical issues are doing my fucking head in. I think this whole computer needs restarted. It's this browser. Has decided it's not going to play. Right. Had I anything else I drastically wanted to say? I don't think I have. I think I've probably gone over everything I want to say, and I've had a very busy couple of days. Done an hour and a half. I think I'm going to end this about now and get ready for whatever comes next. Oh, I'll tell you what is coming next. Behold the red horse. Yeah, I'll tell you what's going to happen. I am going to get possibly better camera and maybe do more out and about stuff. I'm considering doing something like a walking mural tour of East Belfast. I'll say it again, and then I'll wait to see if anybody has anything in the chat. I think good idea, bad idea, what? But what I'm thinking is I'll get a camera sorted, microphone that works, and take us around my local area and show you the murals and a little bit of the local history and what's going on there in the whole conflict and such. I think possibly, I don't know. You can let me know if you would be interested in that. I'll do that. And I'm going to get a little bit of Sheila started that song, so we're doing good. Could there be an election due there in 3.5 months? I honestly not sure about that. Oh, Steve Cray, I think you're right. I think there's commie scumbags involved in that whole Trump shooting, which is very not good. I don't know what way that's going to send the whole political situation. Yes, it is good to see Robert. Is correct. It is good to see Steve Cray. Like to see him about. Steve, fancy coming over next year for to watch some parades and stuff and bonfires? I think you would like that. I do. I think you would. I think you would enjoy that. Yeah, it's a bit early to know. Right, thank you, Charles. Yeah, it's a bit soon to be saying what the fuck happened there. It all looks a bit strange. You've got the original video. I'm curious as to where the bullets actually finished up because he didn't get hit several times, and they have to stop somewhere. Now I'm going to find some music. What we like. 2024. We'll play a little bit of band music if I can. Oh, for fuck's sake, I can't even scroll this bloody thing. This is now doing my head in. Nah. Right, people. I'm just going to dig out my normal intro. I'm going to do harmony, melody, and rhyme, and then I'm going to get off. That's how this is all going down. Here we go.
Hello, this is 42 speaking. Welcome to the...
Here, Steve, stick up in the chat. Yep, brilliant, mate. You click that, and I will stream that. In order to get things to play properly with volume and stuff, it needs to come through this Chrome browser, and my Chrome browser is playing up at the moment. There we go. Oh, fuck. Right, hold on. We've got to work around, we think. Give me a momento. Here we go. Right, we're just getting past the adverts. Right, StreamYard, present, share screen.
You'll see them in a second pull him up from the ground. Yeah, it did seem like he winced. I don't know if he winced at the sound when he just heard the sound or what happened. or if he wins because he was hit. I'm not sure. It seemed maybe he got hit in the ear. I don't know. So you'll see, there he is right there. He has some blood, it looks like, on his face and on his right ear.
Scorned across the cheek.
There he is giving a fist pump. Again, there's no sound on the video at this point. I'm not muting the video. There's just no sound on the video. The sound cut out.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're definitely going to find out how big his swingers are, because
And here he is being taken off the stage.
If he's a big set of swingers, he'd keep doing them. Maybe put in a bulletproof lectern, but yeah, I think he needs to keep going.
And they take him over to his motorcade. They're pulling him over there. They're all surrounding him to protect him, it looks like. He's going to give his fist pump again there. Okay, so that was moments ago. Let's try to get you some more updates here. Unbelievable. Not good. Terrible. Terrible.
Fuck.
Just
Alec
terrible.
Baldwin. Could it be?
I think there might be a White House statement. We have a statement from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell released a statement which says, tonight, all Americans are grateful that President Trump appears to be fine after a despicable attack at a peaceful rally, Violence has no place in our politics. We appreciate the swift work of the Secret Service and other law enforcement.
Robert, I'm not quite Victor Meldrew.
Give me a second.
But I am. I don't know what the fuck just happened. So
Chuck
I'll wait
Schumer,
and see.
Senate Minority Leader. I'm sorry. Mitch McConnell is the Senate Minority Leader. Chuck Schumer is the Senate Majority Leader. My bad. Chuck Schumer said, I am horrified by what happened at the Trump rally in Pennsylvania and relieved that former President Trump is safe. Political violence has no place in our country. That is from Chuck Schumer. Again, the Secret Service says that former President Trump is safe. The Trump campaign says he is fine.
Right. I'll tell you what I will say about this. See, with the amount of demonization there's been about Trump over the last 2-3 fucking years, 4 years even. Why is anybody surprised that in a country the size of America, eventually there's a lunatic going to step forward to have a go at taking his fucking head off? That's a bit that surprises the bit that surprises me is it hasn't been attempted before. And I reckon whoever it is behind this one, which is probably not the person that ended up with the weapon in their hand. Maybe they'll have learned something. Maybe they'll get better next time. It's not. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, they've made it seem as if Trump getting elected is the worst thing in the world, and therefore anything you do, no matter how apparent, is perfectly acceptable to stop that happening. And this is what happens. Somebody believes it badly enough to fuck up their own life, fuck up the rest of their family's lives, because that's not going to be working very well. Imagine rocking up and working more. Yeah, it was your son that tried to assassinate the former president. I don't think that's working very well. So they fucked up their own life, they fucked up everybody around them's life, and they've got no further forward. and they've did it because they've been lied to by television. I bet you that person believes all the Russian collusion and the drink the bleach and all the other bullshit that we get told about Trump, and he's took a shot. Well, this is also true. Your son that used to be your daughter that used to be your son, whatever it is that's fucking wrong with them, and somebody's got to hold them and put this idea into their head, and off we've went and done it. Actually quite good, because there's been quite a few incidents where trannies have attempted shootings and they've been played down as soon as they found out about their character traits. This one ain't going to be able to play it down, so we will see. Oh, fuck. Police report, there's a mad madam in the house. Fucking nuts. Oh. That is. Well, there you go. I'm going to see if he gives us anything of interest in the next 2 minutes, and then I'm going to bail.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, what is this? Tell me.
There's a video purportedly maybe of the shooter getting dragged away, but I don't know if that's true, if that's really him. I'm looking at a video now, and I don't own the video. And it's somebody being carried from the stands, but I don't know if that's the shooter or somebody else who was hit or just some other person in the audience.
Oh, I would take a wild guess that person carried out is somebody that had one of the time before school shooter. Drive-by separates. I would reckon the person getting pulled out is probably being hit by one of those bullets that didn't hit him. That would be my guess. But anyway, I'm going to play an outro and get out of here and go and get chilled the fuck out, because I've had quite a busy couple of days. And tomorrow's going to be busy. Well, here we go. Going to get this back to the start. And at two dead. Right, 1 second. I'm going to try to get back to that. I'm going to try to get back to that stream, because I fucked the whole. No, that's not it. How did that not happen? I know. Fucking can't get back to it. Bollocks. Steve, lump out on the chat again for us, please. Donald Trump Jr. got clipped in the air, apparently. That would be every round out of a Pistol magazine, is what I'm thinking. he did a mag dump. Thank you, Steve. Right, we're now back to this. And right, hold on. We'll get this up. Sure, I'm not even sure who this is, but I'm sharing it.
About what happened. All right.
Oh,
guys, let
Trump.
me. All right, let me show you the latest update I've seen, and let's watch the video again. Okay, here. So here is this. This is the latest I've seen so far. Again, Washington Post's Merrill
That would make
Cornfield
sense.
says Butler County District Attorney Richard Goldinger tells me Trump was grazed by gunfire, but is safe. An audience member was killed, and the shooter is dead. Another person is in serious condition, the prosecutor said. Okay, now let's look for a second at the video. In case you haven't seen it, I'm going to show you what happened at the rally. Hang on 1 minute here. I'm going to show you it. We were covering the rally here with the Reuters feed, which I do pay for. And this is earlier.
Guess who's getting the copyright strike?
Here. And I'm going to play this right now. Here is what happened. Here is what happened when we were watching it live. Let me just do something real quick here. This up a little bit. All right, here is what happened.
Services comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
All right, the sound cuts out there, so you heard the gunshot. You saw Trump wince and grab his ear. At this point, the Secret Service starts rushing the stage. Trump is behind the podium there. More law enforcement comes up. Eventually, they will lift up Trump. You'll see it right here. This is the video from earlier. So you'll see Trump get lifted up in a second.
Hold on. I just want to interrupt this before that happens. Liam, actually, what you were saying, a couple of shots from a 2-2 and then a lot from return fire to neutralize the shooter. That makes perfect sense to me, mate. I think that is probably what happened. So it's not. I was like counting the number of shots, but yeah, someone were going the other direction. And it seems the question's been answered about where they finished up, because some person that started their day to go and watch a rally ain't going home. That's wrong. That's not how life's supposed to work. Oh no, I had that. I had assassination attempt in my Trump bingo card. Just didn't think they would fuck it up this badly and kill somebody else in the process. Thought the shooter would probably get neutralized because they generally do. They generally go in this as a one-way fucking deal. The innocent bystander just went to a fucking thing. Now dead. This is not good. This is really not good. So I'm going to let this play again a bit.
There he is. He's a bit dazed. He seems to have blood on his face and his ear. He'll give a fist pump in a second. Again, a Washington Post report says the DA of Butler County says Trump was grazed. So maybe he got shot in the ear. I'm not sure. Reportedly, the shooter is dead. One audience member is dead, and another person is in serious condition.
Fuck. They need to have a rethink. Nah. One second. I'm going to pause this again. They want to give a bit of
And then they
commentary.
They take him away.
What the hell's going on here? What the hell? Right. Shooter on a roof, so over here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong, but I'm very sure that I remember prior to the actual election, there was at least there was a assassination attempt on a Republican senator. There was an assassination attempt. There was a Trump supporter murdered with a gunshot wound that stepped up behind him. And nothing really was done about any of that. So why are they surprised that whenever they tried to murder lesser people, and they did murder lesser people, and nothing happened to them, that they didn't, that why are they surprised that somebody's now took a pot shot at Trump? It was fucking always going to happen. Sooner or later. You can't have a country with that size of a population, and even if it had 1% of fucking misfits are liable to do something for stupid reasons because they've got psychiatric problems, and they believe the shit that comes out of the box in the corner of the room. You knew you were going to trigger somebody like this. You fucking knew it, but just continued with demonizing them anyway. So I'm just reading through. Antifa's Mark Follett's uploaded a video prior to the rally saying justice is coming. He's either deceased, wounded, or arrested. This is is that Dawn? Is that the person that they reckon did it? Totally agree. See, the people that shout about a danger to democracy probably don't think the assassination attempt is a danger to democracy, let alone the fucking democracy and the right to life of the poor fucker that happened to be sitting behind them in the line of shot. Stevie Wonder did it. Oh fuck. Right, I'm gonna. When Biden puts out a statement, he'll end up taking the blame. This is possibly true. I'm gonna see what is going on here for another minute or two.
That Faytux News there's an unconfirmed video of a shooter dead on a rooftop that Faytux News posted. I can't show that. Hang on. Yeah, I want to find out where that video is from. So there's an unconfirmed video floating around claiming to be of a shooter dead on a rooftop. But I don't know if that's legit. The president is being briefed.
Oh fuck. Somebody had to wake up Joe. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine fucking Joe waking up medicated? So somebody did what?
Now, look, I'll tell you this. I've seen a video floating around claiming to be the... See, all right, so this again, we're watching video now. This is video we're watching of...
Somebody
hang
not
on.
doing
I don't
too
want to
well.
show anything too graphic. That might be somebody down in the audience.
Yes, Steve, still here.
I just want to make sure I'm not... Oh, they went away from that. Okay. Or it may have been... I didn't see any blood or anything there. So this was video from earlier. This was video from earlier. So I'm just showing you video from earlier of like people leaving the rally. Again, so I personally have seen one video floating around the internet says that's the shooter being carried out of the rally. And another video says that's the shooter on the top of a rooftop. So they can't both be true, right?
Yeah.
The shooter can't be both at the rally and on a rooftop. So let's just wait until we have some more reliable information here.
Right, people.
I wouldn't be surprised if President Biden spoke and if...
What the fuck? That bollocks up again. Holy shit. Don't look like they're closey rooftops, grassy rooftops. Yeah, there could be all been too. Right, people. Trump's been shot. He's still alive. There's somebody's dead. Steve, I'm gonna bin this, mate. Every time I go to click on the video, it's bollocking up my Chrome. I think my computer needs restarted, to be fair. Oh yes, they have refused Secret Service protection for Canada, and if you're a politician in America and you need protection, Kennedys are definitely one. Right, I'm going to lump this off. I'll put your comments up on the screen. And thank you all very much for tuning in. And if any of you are new, please hit the subscribe. And I'll play the harmony, melody, and rhyme outro.
Hello, this is 42 speaking. Welcome to the Resistance. You are not alone, and we shall walk this journey together. What about you, John? If one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. Let us gather together those that can perform, and from the scarred timbers build our own platform. From that grand house they tried to burn down, there's gold in the ashes if you look around. Let us gather together those that can perform, then from those scarred timbers build our own platform. Build our own platform. We will sing words of wisdom. We will sing world harmony, melody, and rhyme. We descended from minstrels in old days of yore. We will create a culture as we did once before, forced to stand by as our country was sold. Did you really think we'd leave that story untold? So one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. They have seen the future, the way forward is clear. Among us still stands a modern day Shakespeare. They have seen the future, the way forward is clear. Among us still stands a modern day Shakespeare. Stand by as our country was sold. Did you really think we'd leave that story untold? We will sing words of wisdom. We will sing we will sing harmony, melody, rhyme. Harmony, melody, and rhyme. So one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. I have seen the future, the way forward is clear. Among us still stands a modern day Shakespeare. Never realized you could not kill a dream. So we will gather together those that can perform, and from the scarred timbers build our own platform. You're talking to 42. What about you, chum? If one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. Sing words of wisdom, we earth, the moon, the sun, each became a deity, independent parts of another trilogy. Is it a coincidence, or is it just sublime, that we now bring excellence in harmony, melody, and rhyme? With power and wealth, you control the mainstream, but you never realized you could not kill a dream. You cannot kill a dream, and we shall walk this journey together.
Okay, everybody. One last thought before I go. Tomorrow night or tonight, England are playing in the final. I get everybody has problems with the England football team being woke, but consider this: the 11 people on the pitch at any one time, the squad, the management. They're not really the England football team. Well, they're the England football team, but the England support is the whole country having the same feeling of euphoria or despair. And if you come from Northern Ireland, that's nearly always despair at the same time. Maybe you might want to, for 90 minutes, put everything aside and tap into that and be part of the country willing something well. I know Anglo totally get it, but I'm not thinking about what I'm thinking about is the scene where you see pubs across the country and people in their living rooms and all cheering the same thing at the same time. It's a lot to give up. Just something to have a think about. I don't know. I don't like the way the England football team's run, but I'll still be cheering them on tomorrow. See, the only way to stop them rubbing in your faces is to outnumber the fucking woke bastards. Unfortunately, I don't know. But anyway, I've been 42. Pat from National Housing Party, United Kingdom, was Pat McGuinness. And you lot in the chat have, as always, been fucking amazing. Good night. God bless. And I'll see you all next week. I'm out of here. Goodbye.